Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Love Ashe, back at you with another video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, baby, go ahead and do that. Give this video a thumbs up and leave our girl a comment down below. Today, we're going to be getting into a collective message, seeing what's the vibes, what's the tea, what's the overall energy, baby, what's going on in these spiritual streets, okay? So let's go ahead and tap in and see what's going on, shall we? All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to pull from, obviously, the message from the universe. And just get the foundation for this reading. Even though I feel like we kind of already got that in the pre-read, okay? And I may post the pre-read as a second video, okay? So if you want to know the pre-reading, check that out. It'll be titled pre-reading. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see. What's the collective need to know for their highest and greatest good at this time? For their highest and greatest good. For their highest and greatest good. All right. So we have this new chapter in your life is going to require a new way of seeing things and a new way of seeing yourself. You cannot continue to see and interpret things with the same understanding that you have had until now. No matter what you face or how you feel, see it all from a higher perspective. Bottom of the deck energy, we have prioritize self-healing right now. Put your needs above others for once. It's time to focus on you. Self-healing takes time and a lot of self-love. Remember, open wounds don't heal into scars overnight. Take the time you need in order to feel happier and healthier within yourself. There is no rush. Right away, the first thing that's coming through here, obviously, is the pre-read, okay? But the first thing that's coming through here is happier and healthier within yourself as we enter into Virgo season. Spirit is emphasizing this to me as the theme of what we need to be focused on right now. Prioritizing self-healing, putting your needs above others, which is going to take a lot of self-love, and feeling healthier. It says in order to feel happier and healthier within yourself. So you got to put you first. Again, Virgo season is about decluttering. Virgo season is about your routine. Virgo season is about the body. It's about your health. So Virgo season is going to be about prioritizing self-healing. Okay? This season is not about pouring from an empty cup or stretching yourself to meet everybody else's needs. You have to put yourself first. And for some of y'all, you may have a hard time with this, but this doesn't mean that you have to stop caring about other people. This means that, you finally can start caring for yourself with the same dedication. Virgo, is a representation of dedication, right? As you've been giving away to other people. Be dedicated to self in this season. It's okay to say no. It's okay to pull your energy back from people, places, and things that drain you. This is about you being honest about what you need to feel healthier. Honest about what you need mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. So if you want to feel lighter, healthier, happier, more aligned, okay? We talked about it, energetic alignment. You can't keep putting yourself last. You can't keep putting yourself last. Spirit is saying self-love is the medicine. Self-love is the medicine for you right now. Boundaries are the medicine. Rest is the medicine. And right now, your healing is the key that's going to unlock everything else for you. So once you put yourself first, everything else, your relationships, opportunities, stability, all of these things are going to naturally align themselves. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. All right. Moving forward. What else do we have here? What does the collective need to know for their highest and greatest good? Okay. So we have investment. Invest in your education and make some big plans for the future. Take calculated risk, but save something to fall back on. Y'all have to listen to the pre-reading. Okay. And then the bottom of the deck here says, many choices. You have options. Even if you don't see them right now, get creative and look around. Pull a card for each option to see what's best. Okay. So, Spirit is saying, invest in your education. Okay? Invest in your growth. Invest in your knowledge. Okay? Make these big plans for the future. This is time for collectively to take some calculated risk. All right? Spirit is saying growth is worth the investment. Growth is worth the investment. And then bottom of the deck energy, what was that? Many choices. You may feel like you're out of options right now. But Spirit says you actually have more choices than you realize. They might not all be obvious right now, but if you slow down and you get creative and you focus on self-love and you focus on being happier and healthier, you focus on pouring more into yourself, you'll start to see doors opening. So explore those options. And I feel like this goes into what I was talking about with the mirror and the boxes, okay? You are moving forward, but the direction you choose depends on where you invest your energy at this time. You always have more choices than what fear wants you to believe, okay? You always do. You always do. Yes, crossroads. You always have more choices than what fear wants you to believe. Always. And again, going back to the start of this message, this new chapter in your life is going to require a new way of seeing things and a new way of seeing yourself. So this new chapter, okay, Spirit is giving us the blueprint here. It's going to require a new way of seeing things, a new way of seeing yourself. You cannot continue to see and interpret things with the same understanding that you have had until now. And that's why Spirit is talking about you seeing things from a higher perspective now. Higher education, right? Investment. Invest in your education. Invest in, and this is not for all of you about going back to school, okay? This is not all about going back to school, but if that's what you've been thinking about doing, then that's confirmation. I feel like this is about stepping into a higher perspective. And this is about Spirit asking for you to rise above old interpretations, old limitations, and start to see yourself as more than your past, okay? More than your mistakes, more than your fears, more than who you used to be. And that's where this energy of investment, I feel like, comes in for you guys. This could be taking a course. This could be getting a certification. This could be investing in yourself in different ways, through books, through mentorship, through therapy, okay, through a spiritual practice, new skills, or just being committed to consistent personal development. This is you purchasing, investing in yourself with that gym membership, okay? Stop overthinking that new juicer and buy it. Spirit is saying, notice how much time it takes for you to contemplate organic foods, vegetables, things for health and wellness, a class you know you need to change your life. But how quick you are to buy junk food, how quick you are to text the weed man, how quick you are to buy the bottle, how quick it is for you to put them snacks in the bag, how quick you get on DoorDash. That's quick. It's instant. But you over here second guessing whether or not you need a green juice. How long do you contemplate whether or not to pour into yourself, to invest in yourself, to get the organic food, the fresh vegetables, the supplements, or the class that could change your life? You sit there debating, you're questioning, you're checking your bank account, you're trying to figure out. And Spirit is saying, because the investment doesn't lead to instant gratification, okay? See, when you get them chips, there's instant gratification. When you get that weed, it's instant gratification. When you buy the bottle, you get instant gratification. But when you buy the gym membership, you got to go for it to work. When you buy the fresh fruits and organic food, you have to eat it consistently in order for it to do what it's going to do. You have to take the vitamins consistently. And that's where a lot of you guys are struggling right now with your crossroad, with the decision, with where you are at in life right now, is that you're choosing temporary pleasure. The thing that drains you feels easy. The thing that drains you feels easy. Think about that when you're making a decision. The thing that builds you, the thing that builds you up, that requires intention. And that's the shift that we're being asked to make in this new chapter, to move with the same speed, the same urgency, the same yes energy towards what nourishes us and not what depletes us. And this is where self-love becomes discipline. This is where investments in yourself show up in the little choices every day. Okay. Spirit saying, stop choosing temporary pleasure over long-term fulfillment. Okay? You got to step into this next chapter shifting how you move. Okay? Okay. Baby, I'm on one today. Okay. Praise God. Okay. Because I'm on one today. All right. So Spirit is trying to make self-love become discipline for us. So this is where the investment in yourself doesn't just show up in the big movements, in the big moments. But in these little choices that we make every single day, Virgo rules the 6th house, which is our day-to-day, right? So what you choose in the small moments is what shapes the future that you're walking into, aka the door that you are opening. So don't be confused when you look in the mirror and you ain't lost weight when the door open. Why are you confused about that? Why are you confused about why and there's no money in your bank account when you check it? Why are we confused? It's a little delusional. I'm for real, y'all. It's giving a little delusional. We can't be delusional when we open that door and we haven't lost weight, okay? We can't be delusional when we open that door and our ex is standing there with some dead flowers. We can't be delusional when we go into that job and then people getting on your nerve. Spirit is saying, don't be delusional when you check your paycheck. Ain't that paycheck the same amount every week, but yet every week you complaining about how you don't make enough? What are we being delusional about? What changes have you made in your day-to-day life to change this situation? Okay. We out here fooling ourselves. You cannot open that door expecting change if you haven't done the work, period. Period. Every week it's the same amount. Every week you complain about not having enough while making no changes in how you spend or how you save. Spirit is saying, what exactly are you being delusional about? What story are you telling yourself that doesn't line up with your daily actions? Because if nothing in your day-to-day life has shifted, why would the results be any different? Come on. Why would the results be any different? Be fucking for real. Spirit saying, stop playing pretend. Stop waiting for miracles to show up in soil that you haven't even tended to. Change your choices, change your habits, change your perspective, okay? And then the door that you open will finally lead to something new. But you do have options. Okay. I'm gonna just leave that one right here. Okay. Don't underestimate the power of consistency. Don't underestimate what God can build through your small, faithful actions. Every little step is stacking. It's building. It's aligning. Okay? Every little step. And before you know it, you'll look back and realize that you've walked miles from where you started. Okay? Before you know it, you'll look back and you'll be like, damn, I was way back there. I used to do what? So if you feel stuck in your current situation, especially as it relates to work or money, again, Spirit is saying you do have options. Don't let your mind make you believe. And that's why Spirit is saying invest in your mind. Invest in the knowledge. Invest in the class. Invest in the future. Don't let your mind trick you into believing that you're trapped. For some of you, this means it's time to look for another job while keeping the one that you have right now that's confirmation. Okay, Spirit is saying don't burn that bridge before you build the next one. All right. But the point is, you're not stuck. You have choices. You have doors opening. You have steps that you can take right now that can shift your reality. And the way that you get unstuck, again, it's in your routine. The routine is the root, y'all. Okay. My goodness. That's how you get unstuck. Your routine is how you get unstuck. Look at that. Answer. Key is on here. It says you will resolve your current situation soon. Work-wise, you will find unique ways to stand out. You find a new opening with job security. The key is on here. The key to changing right now is in the routine. Virgo season. Spirit is saying the way that you get unstuck again is in the routine. The little choices that you make every day, the patterns that you commit to, the habits that you build. That's the key that unlocks the door. The key is in not waiting for somebody else to save you. The key is not in daydreaming about your big idea, the big shift. It's in your daily actions, in your daily choices, your discipline, your devotion to yourself. Devotion. So Virgo season is about being devoted to yourself, not just when it's convenient, not when you're taking care of everyone else first. Okay? Virgo season is about daily devotion to you, to your healing, to your routines, to your health, to your peace. If you can't be consistent with yourself, that's why you can't be consistent with your spiritual team. Okay? That's why you struggle to stay devoted to God. That's why these relationships in your life, they aren't aligning the way they're supposed to, because devotion starts with you. God is saying where you build that foundation of self-devotion, everything else, your spiritual connections, your divine alignment, your partnerships, your friendships, your relationships with family, they will naturally fall into place. They're going to naturally fall into place. Hmm. See, collectively, I feel like God is teaching us that you have to practice self-devotion, okay? You have to building a better relationship with God. So it's not just about praying when things fall apart, okay? Or calling on spirit when you're desperate, okay? Just like your healing and your routines, your relationship with God has to be consistent, has to be intentional, okay? And it has to be rooted in devotion. Because when you devote yourself to God daily, in the same way you're learning to devote yourself to your health, to your peace, to your healing, you create alignment. You build trust. You strengthen the foundation that everything else in your life stands on. And that's why I feel like Virgo season is highlighting discipline and devotion. This is about training yourself to show up in small ways so that you can have the capacity to hold the bigger blessings. Right? So people only want to start focusing on their health when the doctor tells them they're running out of time, right? People want to pray for breakthroughs when everything is already falling the fuck apart. We're supposed to be praying and being devoted to ourselves, okay? Developing, cultivating that relationship with God, with our spiritual team in the midst of chaos. We're supposed to be being devoted to ourselves every day, okay? And again, that's in your routines, that's in your peace, that's in your growth, okay? Spirit doesn't want you to do these things as a last resort. Thank you. But as a practice. Because when you approach things with the energy of it being a last resort, when you approach things, or when you approach God, or when you approach the situations in your life, when it's a last resort, think about how it feels when somebody calls you as a last resort. That's what I'm hearing. I mean, you're someone's last resort. Think about that. If you only come around as a last resort, that energy carries the weight, okay? That shit feels off. It feels like you're not valued. It feels like you're only an option when nothing else has worked, okay? And that's exactly the energy that many of us bring when we only act, when we only show up for ourselves, when everything is falling apart, okay? So build your life, your health, your peace, your relationship with the Most High before the last resort moment even comes. Spirit wants us to remove the idea that devotion is a last resort. And it's a part of our daily practice. And that practice, again, is what's going to unlock the alignment, the abundance, and the real transformation. That practice, that daily practice, is what's going to turn those open wounds into scars. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's pull from a different deck real quick. Okay. Let's see what we got. Okay. Are we making sense here? Okay. Are we making sense, y'all? Oh my gosh. Are we making sense? Y'all, check this out. I cannot make this up. Okay, y'all, look. So these are the cards, right? This is the deck of cards that I'm using. And so I was like, oh, dang, a card got mixed up. This card, it don't go here, right? And I flipped it over to move it. And look what it says. Look what it says. 6th house. Routine. Card don't even go there, but it goes there. Okay? Man. Okay. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay. One card. We're going to pull 2 cards from this deck. Okay. So we have divine timing. What you are working on now is divinely guided. 6, again, 6th house. Okay. And then we have supernova. An aspect of your personality, ego self, must die to make way for a new shiny star to be reborn. I feel like whatever it is that you're working on right now, even if things feel slow for you, they feel challenging, they feel confusing, they feel all over the place. If you feel like you're all over the place, wow, 6 people here, yeah. Every lesson, I feel like this ties, okay? Follow me here, y'all. I'm getting so many messages. I can't even focus on one, okay? I feel like this directly ties into the boxes and like the key metaphor that we talked about in the pre-reading of every small step, every lesson, every challenge being a part of something that's being divinely like orchestrated, a divinely orchestrated process here with like divine timing. So if things feel slow or they feel confusing, you're on the right path. Okay? I feel like supernova. This is about us letting go. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm literally getting so many messages. I don't even feel like I'm here. I don't even feel like I'm like low-key here, kinda, okay? I'm hearing the words like rebirth, okay? And this is about us shedding what no longer serves us so that we can fully step into this next chapter. Okay? So that we can fully step into this next chapter. There's a part of you that you have to let go of. Matter of fact, I forgot. Let me read from the book. Okay, let me read from the book. Let me ground myself. Woo! Okay. Let me see. Let's read from the book, y'all, and see what the card says. It says, a supernova is the death of a star. Much like the supernova, you are releasing turbulence and built up energy that are ready to be transmuted into light and love. The process of death and dying is essential to being reborn. To transform from the inside out, you must allow layers from within to be released. This allows the hidden light from your soul's essence to burst wide open, revealing and integrating aspects of your soul self you never knew existed. Everything from within is going through a transmutation process, a process of the old dying so something new can be born. Your angels and guides are surrounding you now and assisting you with any uncomfortable feelings. You may notice a deep emptiness within you, or even a need to cry while you process and taking place. A need to cry while this process is taking place. You may often find yourself feeling like an inner part of you is dying, or that you are no longer the same person. When this process is complete, you will be ready to take part in a brand new era, essentially a brand new you. Only the aspects of your inner self that are no longer serving you are going through this process. All other aspects of your personality are being preserved and renewed so that when the time is right, you can re-enter the world, shine brighter than ever before. Take the time alone so that you can process and release the turbulence within. This is one of the most profound inner transformations possible. Get ready to shine and to allow the truest version of you to be seen in the world in a way that impacts everyone around you. Okay. Some of you guys are going to be meeting people in certain places that are going to help you move up. You're going to be having these fated connections, okay? You're going to be having these fated connections with certain individuals that are going to really help you to level up your life, okay? That's what I just heard. All right. We have locked in the reverse. It says, work you want may not be in reach now. You can take a temporary position while awaiting an opening. Your new place offers job security. And the fact that this card came out in the reverse, okay? Spirit is saying, baby, you got the lock and you got the key. It's locked, but you got the key. It may be locked, but you have the key. So, and that's why Spirit is saying, like, you're not stuck. You're not stuck. Even if the path is temporarily locked, okay, you already have the key. So job security and the right openings are coming. You just have to be in energetic alignment. Energetic alignment. And how do I do that? Inner work equals outer opportunities. Okay, y'all? Inner work plus outer opportunities. Okay? The inner transformation, right? That supernova energy. And the outer guidance, jobs and connections, are working together. So while you release the old and you cultivate your new routines here, okay? Your new routines, Spirit is guiding you towards these new energetically aligned opportunities. Your routines, your self-discipline, and your devotion to self is preparing you to use the key that you already have to unlock the doors, okay, to your next chapter, okay? Freedom. To unlock the doors to your next chapter. Again, it says, this position is temporary. Don't be too attached to it. Don't worry. You will find something that's even more fulfilling and prosperous. Again, this situation you're in is temporary. It's like being in a room and not knowing the whole time the key was right there. And you thinking you're trapped. You thinking you're stuck. And the key is right there the whole time. Shedding. You are starting to outgrow your work situation. You need to start higher goals. And you need to set higher goals and standards. You work well in healing and medicine. We said something about medicine. The medicine is in your routine. The medicine is in your healing. Okay. So I feel like we might do, I don't want to say a part 2. We might do a part 2. I don't know. But I'm going to stop the reading here. I feel like this is enough for y'all to digest in one message. But thank y'all so much. Let me know in the comments, y'all, how this reading resonated with y'all, okay? Let me know how it resonated with you. And leave a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I will talk to y'all real soon.